Oh man, this is so weird. Cause trying to. It just seems weird. Cause at least if I was doing this in Japan, they'd be looking at me like I don't know what that guy's doing. Now I'm over here, and it's like they're gonna be looking at me, and I'm like, oh man, they're looking at me. But anyway, you're saying, wow, you're really putting these out. And I'm gonna say what I always say: you're gonna get these till you don't get these. I'm also gonna say there's a good chance that I might like die when I go to the dentist tomorrow and they put me under and be drilling in my mouth. And so if that's the case, let me just make this last one. Plus I won't be talking for a while. Maybe I'll make one. Maybe since I'm not gonna be able to articulate and I'll be mumbling, maybe I'll try to make a mumble rap. But yeah, I left my house. I was like, it's really hot out. Let me put my coat back in the house. I put my coat back in the house, and then I was like, it's really cold. I don't want to be frozen by the time I get to where I'm getting. So I put it back on. And now I'm like, it's really hot. I'm gonna have to wrap it around my waist. But anyway, let's get into this. The title Body Snatchers is incorrect. I just did a Google check, and that's not the analogy or metaphor I was trying to do. Because it's not that people are different and I'm the last one left. It's more like people have running across here. It's more that let me get into the shade. It's more that there's a bunch of these analogies, but I have stood still. Well, I guess it goes in both ways, but let's say use this one, right? It's as if I am frozen in time, right? And then I get dropped right back. So I left 15 years ago, and I get dropped back. So I'm still in 2006 mode, and everyone has moved on. And that's kind of where all the friction is coming from. That's not accurate either. But so that could be like the Avengers blip, 5 years. What? That could be like the Rip Van Winkle. That could be like a whole bunch of those movies. But yeah. So since I've been here, well, I'm here, so I don't see anybody doing this. But I wasn't anticipating to see people walking around doing this. I didn't so much see it in Japan until, I don't know, 10 years later. I was down in Osaka doing this, and someone came up to me like, you YouTuber, because it became a thing. But yeah, so I do appreciate all the comments, and yeah, I read them all. I still got to respond to people who said happy birthday to me on Facebook and what have you, because I just don't like doing that. I don't even like, but I'm gonna make it through that list. It was getting smaller every year because I blocked. You can't put random comments on my page. So the only way you can do it is a personal message. Cause I don't know. Cause it got to one point like so many people that I've never met are saying this, and I'm like trying to respond to all of them, and but so today's a nice day, and I'm hoping that it stays this way, so I don't have to. I put my coat away because remember, East Coasters, the weather was really nice, and then all of a sudden it went back to being winter again. A few times I was out and about, And I left the house, and we ended up standing outside, and I didn't have a coat on, and I'm like freezing. So I made a promise, I'm gonna wear this coat until I'm 100% sure. But yeah. So I guess I got 3 things I want to talk about in this video. Three main points. The first point is I got a dilemma. And probably by the time you see this video, the dilemma will have already, it'll be too late. But if you do see it, and I'm looking for some advice here. All right, so as I said, I'm getting my wisdom teeth taken out tomorrow. Last week when I made the appointment, my brother volunteered to take me. I said, okay. And then as I mentioned the other day, we got into a fight, and he probably still might take me. We haven't spoken since then. But I don't want to be in the car with him it's out in Philly. That's going to be an hour and some change, and then an hour and some change back. I don't want to be in the car because for some reason I just feel that instead of let's not say anything, he's going to try to, you got to know my brother. Anyway, so they told me that I can't drive myself home. I'm pretty sure I could drive there, but once I'm sedated and after the 3-hour procedure, they said I need someone to take me home. I was thinking I could drive myself there, hide the car, and say that my driver, they're gonna pick me back up. But then that might work. But then I still gotta deal with I don't know how painful I'm gonna feel, and I'll be stuck there. I can't drive home. I had to sleep in the car. That's option 1. Option 2, I was trying to work this out. I could take the bus to Philly, then take like a Greyhound bus to Philly, then take the local bus. Like this stupid dentist place, like it's not in Philly. It's like an hour from Philly, or like 45 minutes from Philly. Like it's in a weird location. So it's like I would have to take the bus. Now check out. I have to take a local bus from my house to Allentown. That's going to be an hour, right? Got to get that early bus. Then I got to take the Greyhound bus from Greyhound to like the Philadelphia station. That's about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. Then I got to take a local bus to the dentist place, which is about another hour, right? So I can get there, that's fine. And then I could Uber back to there's only a half an hour car drive. I could Uber back to the station and then take the bus back home to Allentown, and then take another local bus back to my hometown. All this on the second half of the journey when my mouth is supposedly going to be all like killing me. So that's an option. Option 3, I could just cancel it, but I already canceled once before, and for whatever reason, this is the only place that my stupid insurance will take, or the only place that takes my stupid insurance. That's option 3. Option 4, I can ask my uncle. That's an option. I mean, the worst he could say is no, right? Option 5, I could ask a friend. But I'm not really in the asking game. Like I don't mind being on the train and the buses and all that. Going up there, that's easy. And I also have to sleep at the train station or the bus station for the night. But all that is whatever. I'll do that with my eyes open. I'm not trying to be sleeping in the bus station. But the coming home part, I'm kind of a little nervous about. I don't know if I'm going to be like in pain. So what advice do you have for Matthew? Alright, so right now I'm at this little, a creek. I'm by a creek where we used to play at when we were kids, and they turned it into this beautiful bike path. It's all fancy and stuff. So yeah. So that's one problem, or one dilemma. If you taste it, hey, what we got here? We got some. Keep going if you want to taste. If you want to taste the freedom. Keep going if you want to taste the freedom. Keep going if you want to taste the. Well, I guess this is because it looks like it's I want to say Harriet Tubman. It looks like something like that. Okay, so in that context, yeah, keep going if you want to taste the freedom. I was thinking they meant if I keep walking down this path, I'm gonna get a taste of freedom. I'm just gonna get hungry. But yeah, we used to swim in this little creek right here. And one time my friend took me fishing with his family. Actually, the friend that I'm gonna ask, because I guess there's a segue into that. So, second point, right? When someone says to you, if you need anything, just ask. I don't know how to take that, because I don't. It's like if it was reversed. If I said to you, if you need anything, just ask. I'd be quick to say, don't ask me for money because I don't got money. Don't ask me to beat up anyone. I'm not a fighter. I'm a kind of lover. If you would ask for a ride, I'd probably say I can't give you a ride because I'm not. Well, one, I don't have a car. I have a car now. Two, I'm not the best driver. I'm really slow and I'm pretty timely. So if I come to your house at 5 o'clock, because I'm supposed to take you somewhere at 5 o'clock, and you come out to your house at 5:15, probably won't be there, because time is important to me. So I would like limit all the things you could ask me, just so we're clear. But photography, you need your headshots, you need pictures, you need music, you need lyrics, you need an ear to listen to, you need someone to walk with, you need book recommendations. Like, these are where you ask. So when people say, ask, it confuses me, because usually what I'm going to ask someone for is money to invest in all things Matthew. And it's like kind of like if you wrote a blank check, just spend what you need. And you just, for whatever reason, you just left it at that. You might be surprised how much money I can spend. I'm a spender. Or I was joking with my friend. I was like, yeah, in Japan, because a model hit me up. She said, hey, Matt, I want to do this one shoot where we're going to be out and about, and, I want to da-da-da-da-da, like a nude shoot. Like, because I made a relationship with all these models, and, she's just reaching out. So I sent it to him, and he's like, well, yeah, but you can do that you could do that here too. So I'm like, okay, so where do I find these models? He's like, I don't know. So I'm kind of like, hey, look, it's maybe this goose. Are you a goose? Maybe this goose will be my model. Is it a goose? Geese? A guys? That is so crazy. He's just chilling over there. A long time ago, my friends and I were here, a little back, and my friend, he was like going where the nest was for whatever reason. So Mama Goose started running after him, doing like, it was funny. He's gonna get goosed. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know what that means when someone says, because a lot of people said that since all this has happened. You know, if you ever need anything, just reach out to me. But I don't know. I don't know. Like, I just don't know how that works. I mean, if you heard me talking about my dad and how he is, that's how I am too. I'd rather just keep everyone else not involved, so they're not, like the going to the doctor thing for the kidneys. I didn't tell anyone. I told you guys, but no one in my immediate family would know unless they watch my videos, and they don't, so they wouldn't know. And ideally, kind of like what the dude from Wakanda did. Like, he didn't really go about telling his business, and then he just kind of died, and it was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. So it's probably gonna be, not that I'm gonna die or anything, but yeah, that's the third one, or second point. And my last point that I wanted to talk about was, so as I said, I read all your comments, and I appreciate them. And ironically, man, a lot of y'all know more about me than the people who knew me physically. Like, I went to school with them or whatever. They know me much better. Y'all know me much better than they know me, because a lot of me is doing this. And if you don't watch this, it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna cut down here. It seems like this is really loud. I apologize if it's that loud like that. So this little spot right here, man, is where we used to go fishing. And it used to be so scary because there was this little waterfall. Don't go chasing waterfalls. But now, yo, there's probably snakes around here. That's why I'm going out. Snake bite. Hopefully it's a radioactive snake. Then I get some superpowers. But yeah, we used to come out here. There we come out here. Yeah, it's crazy. I came out here like 3 years ago, 4 years. When I come home for Christmas, I usually come down here, reminisce. Yeah. Now I'm kind of regretting that I had the coat on. It's getting a little hot. But I'd rather be hot and have to take the coat off than be cold and have to be cold. I like to go in that direction. But yeah, so y'all guys know me. So just listening or reading the comments or whatever. Now, I usually can tell when someone doesn't really... But anyway, so someone said on the last video, the 2 videos ago, they said, you know, he was looking at one of my videos of me walking to work, and I looked really happy, and now I look like a piece of shit. He didn't say that, but it looks like I'm going through shit, right? And that's something that only the people who watch the old videos and you're hearing these videos, you would notice that, because clearly shit's different. But to the people here, I look the same. Yeah, I look older, got some grays, or what have you, but I would look the same to them, you know? But so that's so when I read that comment, I was like, yeah, that's very accurate. Very accurate. And it's kind of like, I don't know what like when I meet new people, usually new females, like the last girl, what is this? Bunch of runners. I guess it's a nice day to run. But you'll see them as they pass. There's like, what, 20 of them? Well, it is a bike path. And I'm out here in a coat looking like it's winter or something. Like, look at all running. But yeah, they're running, I'm walking, and this dude's in front of me got a sweater on. Anyway, so I'm like, if you want to know me, just watch the videos, right? So she goes on my thing, she's like binging me, right? Watching like 3 hours of my stuff. I said, it's not fair. You could follow and look at look at my dumbness. I know nothing about you. And she's like, well, blah, 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 blah. But it didn't work. Like, she must have skipped all the videos where I'm arguing about whatever I was arguing about. You know, try to skim through it all, because we ended on an argument. But yeah, maybe this would be similar to someone who got locked up for like 10 years and then they come back out. Everything would be different. People would be different, but I mean, they would be different too, on some like Malcolm X-ish maybe, or just reformed, or many different ways to be different. But they wouldn't be the same, but just that, wow. Like, it was crazy to see my nieces and my nephews are all like adults or young adults. When I left, they were all like little adults. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so bad.
Oh man. So yeah. So what I'm trying to do is just, to the best of my ability, do everything I did in Japan, but do it here. So one thing I always did when I was like kind of feeling something, I go buy books, get an audiobook. So yesterday I bought 3 books. I bought a book about NFTs, because no one I have met in real life can give me an honest or a clear understanding of what it is. Rambling, which is a good thing, because if no one can articulate it, that's like that's a perfect opportunity for someone like me to do what I do, get all up in there. So I got a book about that. I got a book about freelancing. I mean, I've been freelancing. I'm on freelancing type sites, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing. My thing is, usually if someone reaches out to me and they pay me first, hey man, can you do this for me? I'll give you $50. Usually I'm not too nitpicky about the price. So they offer to pay me, or they pay me. They're very clear on when they need it by, what they need. Because what always gets me is someone will say, man, I'll pay you, just do what you do. This confuses me. I can never understand. That's different from, hey, can you make a beat that is 30 seconds long in the key of E flat major with 3 different change up with a soul sample? I need it by next Thursday at 2 o'clock. You say, wow, but in my mind, it gives me a good timeline. It gives me a this, because I actually have all my samples by. So on my one account, I got maybe 27 gigs, 5-star ratings. Sometimes they give me a tip. Sometimes they give me some shit. But perfect score. And then on the other hand, I got these other projects where they never got finished. They never got started because I need more criteria. So I'm hoping this freelance book that I bought will kind of help me figure out how to get that in. Because, like, the other day, when I made the video yesterday, I didn't have my headphones. I got them now. So I'm just walking down the street freestyling, because we could do this in America. Just play the music all loud and shit. I'm freestyling. I still got that, you know? I can rap about anything. I just need to figure out where my potential... Because I'm jumping all about. I'm a jump all about person. I taught English in Japan. Y'all know that. When I came back, what people are saying is, are you going to teach in America? Hell no. What the hell I want to teach? Like, it's not the same. It is not the same. I mean, kids are cute, but these cute kids are the ones that are, fuck you. What'd you say? The kids in Japan, they would never go that way. They might say pee-pee. But they're not going to say dick. Like, so there's a lot of pee-pee talk, and they might say poop. That's cute. But they're not running around and like, suck my dick. Because that's what these kids would do. Not saying all kids would, but it's just different, you know? Or if you get up a little older, I have a friend who works in a high school. And he said, he works at the high school that we went to, right? He said one time he went in the corner, and when he looked over, he saw this girl giving this guy a head, which, whatever, good for them. But you're not going to see that in most of the schools I taught at. That does happen in Japan, out in the sticks. So yeah, I don't want to teach here. And what I want to do is something music-based, because I feel when I'm doing my music, I'm the most happiest. Starting down at ground zero, that's an option too. Just reset, go back to school, get it. So when I'm like 55, that's an option. But freelancing could work, because you can make as much money as you can handle. So that was the second book. And the third book I bought was something like Business Through a Music Mind, which I was just thumbing through it and I saw that Pharrell's name came up. He had a clothing line or some shit. Don't care about all that, but I don't want to... Basically, the book was saying that musicians think differently and they should continue to think differently. Don't try to put yourself in this kind of box, because people will do that. So I got those 3 books, and the idea is I'm gonna synthesize all that information and make some magic with it. All right, where are we at time-wise? 30 minutes? I could talk, man. Talk. But I think I said all the points I was gonna say. And wish me luck for the dentist thing, because I really am not looking forward to going. Give me some advice and clues on how I can get there. I mean, I'm gonna ask my uncle when I get back to the house, and I'm gonna ask my friend if he could. I think I'll go there. I'll take the trip going forward, and then I'll ask somebody to take me back home. That probably is the best route to go. And hopefully I just got a mouth that once they be drilling, it doesn't hurt. wish me luck on that one. And yeah. Today's May, as you know, 1st of May. So actually, yesterday I was thinking of I'm gonna make a new album, or I don't know if it's gonna be an album. That probably could, but the album's gonna be called "Music Is My Therapy," and it's just gonna be me talking about whatever, but to a beat. And this, because the idea, because last month this video is gonna end, but it's gonna keep going. So last month I was trying to make 50 beats, or I was trying to make 100 beats. So every day I'm just cranking them out. Now it's kind of hard to make beats in my house because every 3-4 seconds my dad is like saying something and I can't really keep the headphones on, so I just got to keep going up and down. And sometimes he wants to talk to me about this and that. And like the other day I was going to make a beat. I wanted to see how fast I can make a beat. So I go up into the second floor and I start making a beat. Then I hear Matthew, and I come downstairs and it's question. Okay, whatever. Then I go back upstairs and Matthew, and I come back down. It took me like an hour and a half because I wanted to make the beat, finish the beat, do the artwork for the beat, and upload it and see how long that process takes. With all the distraction, it took about an hour and 30 minutes. But I'm pretty sure I could have done that in, well, I don't know. I needed I wanted to get a clear thing. But before that, I was trying to make 50 beats in batch style. So the month before I made 50, and then when I was trying to make 100, I was like, you know what, I already made 50. But then the process is you have to go back in and name the beat. If you used any samples, you got to name the samples, and you got to tell where the samples came from for paperwork in the future, because if you try to upload something on the iTunes, they're going to say, where did this sample come from? And if you don't have it, they won't let you upload it. You got to get the tempo. The naming process is always weird because when you make the beat, you might have some name for it. But if you just name it nothing, and then you sit there and waste time thinking of the best name for it, so that's an issue. Then you got to get your artwork, which you got to pop open Photoshop and da-da-da-da-da. So the first time I did the 50, doing all that shit after the fact, it made me not want to do any of it. So I didn't. The second time I did the 50, I just named everything A. A1 for April, A1, A2, A3. I kept everything in the key of A, and I only used a certain sample pack, so I wouldn't be searching around for the samples. I made a little template, so everything would just kind of, they all had the same drums. When it came to naming them, I just went on some random generator, and I just took the first 50 names that it spit out, named them all that. And then I pulled up an Excel, and I just put all the information into the Excel. Now, this is also tedious too. And then I try to upload everything in batch, but for whatever reason, it wouldn't upload as smoothly as I liked it. So I got up 5 beats onto this site, this beat selling site. And I got tired because it's just so tedious for me. So then my new idea, which I was trying to do when everyone kept bothering me, is I'll just make a beat a day and just get faster at doing everything at the same time. So the process is I make a kind of 4-bar beat. I don't know if you guys follow music, but for example, what's a good example? All right, example would be like, if I make a beat and it'd be like, do 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 do. So that's the melody, and then a drum, and then I'm done. And then I would come back later and I would add some structure to it. So maybe I start with a do 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 intro, and then it goes into do 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 do, and then it has a breakdown, and then an outro, intro. But I found that if I do it after the fact, even though it's faster, because it takes some time for your brain to like Because if you keep doing it, it gets repetitive and it just... But I found if I'm doing it after the fact in batch, it just doesn't... So if I do it all at once, just stick it through. So that's what I'm gonna do in May. I'm just gonna make a beat. May just started, but I'm out here talking. But this is important because I need to ask you guys about the 3 questions that I had when I go home. And then the book on freelancing technically is how to sell my beats online, like that kind of thing. Because right now I have 100 beats that I made just sitting on hard drives, not doing anything. Well, 5 of them are on a beat selling site, so that they got a little chance, but I need to hit them with the Google ads and the Facebook ads and the Instagram ads and yeah. All right, we're gonna end that right there before something pops in my head. Yeah, actually something just popped in my head. So you know how Kanye did the 808 Heartbreak album? So it was kind of... one part was feeling is going to be something like that. So the girl I keep talking about, I was just riffing off of how it went down. This is just freestyle, but it was like, I met her on a dating app. We started to chat. It was crazy because she was Jamaican and black. Not that Jamaicans are always black. I'm just telling you facts. Anyway, I got off track. Let me get back on that. There's a bee in front of me. I hope it doesn't sting Matt. I'm going to stand still so it starts to pass. Why is it so close? I guess it likes the vote. Cools. All right, it left me alone. I guess I wasn't alone. But yeah, it'd just be a stream of conscious, minus the bee stuff, but just talking about the bee's back is really fat. I hope it's the one that bites and not stings my ass. Let me just walk a little fast. I don't need to... But what I'm trying to convey is I'm thinking in freestyle in the same way someone who speaks a different language would speak in that language. They would just, like little kids, if they're bilingual, they just go in between. So making music, if I could figure out, like my dad loves the show The Beast, Chase. I guess it's called The Chase, and the guy The Beast, just this random smart guy that knows random shit, and then random people be up there trying to get random questions right. It's really random. I want to say it's anyway, it's really random. And it's just his unique gift. Like growing up, he was Wikipedia. Be like, oh my gosh, I wonder how many trees are in there. And he'd be like, well, there's 368 trees. And they'd be like, no, there's not. And they all pull up an encyclopedia. And it was the answer. He just knows random shit. Well, I know how to randomly freestyle. How to make that, how to monetize that. And, being here, being me, it just sucks because that would be awesome. It's my talent, my unique power. It's like X-Men. For those of you who know X-Men, some had some cool gifts. Like Wolverine had the aluminum claws. What is it? Anemonium? I don't know what it is. But he had the claws, and he also had the healing power. So it was useful. Professor X, he had... Could you imagine if Professor X was... So he had the strong telekinetic, the strong head power, and so on. But then there was people like Mud Guy, like the people who live underground that had just the random powers that didn't really do much for them in that world at that time, except for specific episodes where it came in handy. The girl Dazzler who could shoot sparkles. So my random gift is I could freestyle. It's not even a random. The thing that I've been working at all my life, freestyle, right? So how to make that work, how to monetize it in a way that is not. And this is in a world where people don't really rap anymore. It's a skill. I mean, I did see this random video where this random group of guys are randomly rapping about random stuff, and it was like the comments were just kind of like they're bringing hip hop back, and I'm like, well, I've been always doing that. Hip hop never left, but I'm not hating on them. They did their thing, telling stories, rapping, not talking about this, that, and the third. So there's hope. There's hope. But anyway, I'm going to end it right here because we're actually at 41. Maybe all these videos are always going to end at 41. That's a nice, kind of like a Netflix episode, 41 minutes. All right. Thank you for watching. And be safe out there. Wish me luck. Answer any of the questions. Ask me questions. And yeah. Peace.